Boom, most stocks are green today, and this is a beautiful day, especially for the people in Discord dropping gains in the gains tab. Bed Bath & Beyond is up 15%. Today we are going to be talking about AMC, covering all the DD. All I ask you to do is stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another video here on YouTube. We will update you on everything there is to update you on. Without further ado, join the Discord down below before this video starts, and let's get into it. Okay, so Bed Bath & Beyond is flagging out exactly like we talked about yesterday, following this exact pattern slash cycle, whatever you want to call it. And in my opinion, you either get one more day of consolidation or you just get that next leg up. I think BBBY is going to move up again, and a lot of people are asking me in Discord, when is, the levels to jump out of Bed Bath & Beyond? These are resistance levels that I'm looking at $16 and $20. However, for positions to jump out of, I like to jump out a little bit early because, again, everybody trading these stocks is a lone wolf in the play. Now, be very, very careful if you don't already own contracts in Bed Bath & Beyond and these other squeeze plays, because implied volatility on a lot of these stocks is getting extremely high right now, and you're going to be paying a large premium for these contracts. So another stock I wanted to point out early on in the video is ticker symbol SE. It has 5x the average call volume today, and it just did a nice, beautiful double bottom. So again, your own risk to reward ratio, IV is not too high on this stock. You could jump in earlier. I'm just putting it on your radar. As for the stocks we talked about yesterday, SDC, EH, BBIG, NEGG, ARVL, some of those are doing decent, some of those are selling off, but again, we are still in this short liquidation phase. And another thing I wanted to talk about is ATER. Put that on your list as well, up 47% from the time I am making this video. IV is also high on that as well. Touching on GameStop real quick, because I already know what the chart looks like. I'm waiting for that 2250 level to get a rejection on GameStop. Until we get to that level as well for AMC, until we get to $6 to $7.25, I'm watching that big zone right there on AMC. I'm not expecting much price action below those levels, and until then we have to see if it's going to break higher or get rejected. But again, we are coming up on the yearly expiration, which we will touch on in 1 second. However, AMC didn't get as much volume as I wanted it to so far during the day. I'm not going to speak for the last couple hours that we have, but again, if you see volume double to triple to quadruple tomorrow, you could see a major move in AMC, the major move that we're looking for. Either way, I still do expect a run. Everything is turning green. All of these squeeze plays are on the radar right now. As for the AMC numbers, according to Ortex, 22.06%, short interest of free float, utilization still maxed out, and then you have the cost to borrow, 259%. That is average, so they're paying more than 2x their positions, and then max, 323, paying more than 3x their positions. As for APE, 5.44% short interest, utilization 80%, and the cost to borrow still hovering around 8%. According to Stock Tracker, 100,000 shares available to borrow on AMC with the most recent fee of 105%, 48,000 calls compared to 140,000 puts. So we are losing on the options chain currently. However, this is this yearly expiration. If volume starts to kick in to the upside and calls start to run in the money for AMC, GameStop, and Bed Bath & Beyond, you are going to see a major gamma ramp occur, and about 4 times the amount of puts are being bet into calls. So more people are assuming AMC will run, and it doesn't look like shorts are actually stacking on short exempts to AMC. However, this just could be relating to the volume, and it also could be relating to how much they're pumping into the dark pools. As for GameStop, 20,000 shares available to borrow at a most recent fee of 22%. Options chain is cut in half, 27,000 calls to 56,000 puts. We are losing on the options chain. Bed Bath & Beyond, no shares available to borrow with 99,000 calls to 100,000 puts. This level BBBY is trading at is a very crucial level, because it's not max pain, but it can decide if market makers and hedge funds and shorts are going to lose this run up or not. And if they do lose control, it's very close. If they do lose control, this gamma ramp is going to be disgusting. Almost 1 million call contracts that can run in the money. And you can see they're trying to control it right here with the loads of amounts of short exempts stacked up on Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, Ryan Cohen of GameStop fame takes stake in Alibaba, so BABA, ticker symbol BABA. This is a Chinese company Ryan Cohen just took a stake in. Today, Adam Aaron tweeted, "Avatar: The Way of Water keeps on rolling. My predictions were easily surpassed. This week, this blockbuster movie could exceed 600 million in domestic sales and 1.8 billion globally. So much for the doomsayers doubting the enduring appeal of movie theaters. Hashtag choke on that." Yeah, guys, so Avatar: The Way of Water has exceeded way past Top Gun Maverick. It is crushing the box offices, and you can see this impacting how the earnings plays out come next earnings, right? In my opinion, this should be scaring short sellers that are playing this for a fundamental environmental aspect. Now, this is pretty screwed up. Naked shorting in the Uber IPO. It couldn't happen on a blockchain. Curious thing happened during Uber's troubled initial public offering last week. Naked short selling of Uber shares by the banks involved in placing Uber's IPO, according to several sources who confirmed this to CNBC. Normally, naked short selling is illegal, but it was legal in this case, and it gives the banks a chance to profit as investors lost money when the IPO traded down 18% in its first 2 days. Naked shorting of IPOs by banks, which the SEC greenlighted as recently as 2015, has changed IPO market dynamics by altering the relative power between bank issuers and investors. This just sounds so corrupt and so fucked up, and I am not touching another IPO because you never know what is happening behind the scenes. The SEC greenlighted them to tank the price without, you know, investors will just let other investors trade it, right? Even though we know the price is going to go down. We'll let this slide even though we know it's happening to us. But something that didn't slide was Interactive Brokers fined $5.5 million for naked short selling violations. Industry regulator FINRA settles with brokerage retail firm over what it says were ignored red flags. Now this is cool. They get fined whatever for naked short selling, but what about the stocks that, you know, receive downwards pressure that wasn't legitimate from this, right? Those stocks just sit there. Retail just sits there with money lost. I don't understand these violations, right? I don't understand these fines that the SEC and that FINRA gives out because they don't do anything about the stock price that was affected by naked short selling. Now, earnings season is coming up for banks. Morgan Stanley beats Q4 profit estimates, while Goldman Sachs has posted its worst earnings miss in a whole decade. Also, BlackRock, which is one of the world's leading providers in investment advisory and risk management solutions, according to Bloomberg, saw their assets under management drop significantly in the last year. The firm's assets dropped $9.5 trillion down to $8 trillion, seeing a $1.5 trillion loss in assets in 1 year. Think about your portfolio and then think about losing $1.5 trillion in a year. Apple CEO Tim Cook pay has been reduced by over 40% in 2023 to $49 million from $84 million. I mean, the guy's still making $49 million. But the fact that the CEO of Apple's pay has been cut in half just shows you the slowing of economy. You have Microsoft, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, other huge entities laying off workers, and then Apple's CEO pay gets cut by over $40 million. Just in, Binance burned $2 million, BNB worth over $600 million in its 22nd quarterly burn. Jim Cramer says he sees bullish signs emerging in the stock market, so tank incoming. US banks get ready for a recession. First they say get ready, then they say it's not coming, then they say get ready again. I mean, what is it? Don't listen to banks, don't listen to analysts. China population declined in 2022 for the first time in over 60 years. Saudi Arabia is open to discussions about trade in currencies other than the US dollar. US Treasury SEC has admitted the only way to avoid a default on the national debt is to raise the debt ceiling so the government can borrow from new lenders to repay existing lenders. This amounts to an official admission that the US is running the world's largest Ponzi scheme. This is exactly what we've been talking about over the weekend. The US could default on January 19th, so 2 days from now. And the only way out of this is basically to raise the debt ceiling once again, borrow more money, just like this guy is saying, so they can pay existing lenders and then repay lenders later on, right? It's just a very terrible Ponzi scheme, right? And our economy is essentially just failing. Now, before we close out the video, I'm watching 393 for the next level on the S&P 500. I do believe the SPY just topped out. Based off of what we've had drawn out, it's been tracking literally to a T. I think the SPY just topped out. I think puts are a great way to go. Not financial advice. Again, either puts on the SPY or calls on SPXS. Either way to go. This isn't financial advice. It's what I'm doing. Now, to close out the video, guys, make sure to use my link in the comments or in the description to download Moomoo and get 15 free stocks by just signing up, opening an account, and depositing any amount. It can literally be $1. It can be a penny. As long as you do that, the more you do that, the more stocks you get for free, and you can sell them for free money. Also, Discord has been going off lately, guys. If you want trading alerts, stock trading alerts, daily talks with me, I respond all day, and I'm in Discord all day. And also just chats with 250 plus members of the most amazing people talking about stocks. So you guys don't miss plays. Join the Discord down below. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.